Clearly, we're not executing anybody who's innocent. Are we?
And that's a question that I, as a death penalty supporter, always want to ask.
If you've been falsely executed, there are no takebacks.
Since 1973, 200 people have been released from death row after being wrongfully convicted, thanks to DNA testing, reviews and appeals.
In 400 feet, turn left, then turn left.
And I'm back in Texas to speak to one of the men on that list. Daniel Gwynn. He spent almost 3 decades on death row for a crime he didn't commit. Can't wait to meet him. Danny. Dan, lovely to meet you.
Daniel.
Thank you so much. You're Daniel?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
Daniel.
Okay. My mum calls me Daniel, but you can call me Dan if you like.
My mom called me Danny Boy, so.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm going to take you to a coffee shop now. At our time of meeting, Daniel has only been free from prison for a little over 10 months.
When I was incarcerated for this crime that I didn't commit.
So you want to put your belt on?
Yes. See, I'm not used to cars.
Yeah. How old are you now, Daniel?
I'm 55.
So you spent more of your life on death row than you have off death row?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Even something as mundane as ordering a coffee gives an insight into Daniel's life behind bars.
Because of all the bad food that I ate on the inside, I now have type 2 diabetes. So now I am restricted to only eating certain things. I also have high cholesterol, high blood pressure.
You know what a cup of coffee was back in 1994, can you remember?
Oh, no, I do not. I thought it was like 50 cents, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's gone up a bit, but it does taste good. Let's go choose some.
Oh, wow. Oh, this was a treat for me too, learning how to pay with the credit card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because now they got the devices, all you can do is you can tap it on there or you can slide it on there. And now you can do it with your phone as well. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Daniel's upbringing in Philadelphia was troubled, and in time he developed an addiction to crack cocaine.
I fell victim to the gangs, the violence, the drugs, the stupid stuff. One day, I'm in my drug stupor, and the police come looking for me for the crime that I later was found guilty of.
Gwynn was accused of starting this fire in 1994 in the 4500 block of Chestnut Street in West Philadelphia. Squatters were living inside the abandoned building. One of them, a woman, died.
Shocking news footage, originally broadcast back in 1994, shows the fire that led to a woman being killed, with Daniel accused of her murder. After his arrest, Daniel claims he was coerced into making a confession by detectives while he was under the influence of drugs.
I got these two men coming at me back and forth, telling me that I committed this crime. And then when I disagreed with them, they would pound on the table like that. Or they would swing at my direction like they were gonna hurt me.
Really intimidating you.
Yeah, it's really intimidating. So I'm like, well, damn. And you got the documents here to prove that there are witnesses saying that I did this, and I must have did this. I was forced to confess to a crime that I did not commit.
The death penalty has long come under scrutiny for being racially biased. A third of all people executed on death row in the last 50 years have been black. That's despite only making up around 14% of the entire US population. Daniel was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to death.
I was scared shitless. When you hear that door open and close, you're thinking they're coming for you next. Hey, this is your day to die.
Over 20 years of Daniel's sentence was spent in solitary confinement. How much time out of the cell in a day might you have?
2 hours if we have yard, but that was Monday through Friday. On the weekends, we didn't get yard.
Are you haunted by some of the things you saw and you heard in there?
Still, yes. Inside, it was sensory deprivation. You hear people howling, moaning, crying. Man, being shackled, strip searched, just to go to a shower, to the library. I thought about killing myself.
Did you?
I was suicidal, and I was going to be in there for the rest of my life. They wanted me to die in there.
But on the outside, a team of lawyers were working to overturn Daniel's conviction.
There was an abandoned building in Philadelphia, and a bunch of squatters were living in there. And most of them were crack users, and Danny sometimes went in there to use crack. None of them actually witnessed the arson itself or saw anyone pour gas in the building. Danny's confession was more likely than not false. He didn't tell them anything they didn't know, and what he did tell them was generally wrong. It wasn't supported by what the witnesses said.
Prosecutors at the time claimed Daniel had been singled out in a photo display of potential murder suspects from a different homicide inquiry. Despite claims the photo spread no longer existed, this was used in the case against Daniel. But his legal team made a huge discovery. Daniel's photo had never appeared in that lineup.
A new district attorney was elected in Philadelphia. His policy was full disclosure of files. And then when the lawyers got a chance to review the files, they saw the photo array and saw that Danny's photo wasn't in it, and that whole story they've been telling for 30 plus years was a complete and utter lie. It was proven that his confession wasn't true, and that the prosecution had lied and presented fabricated evidence at his trial.
After almost 30 years spent waiting to die, Daniel was finally a free man.
I kept my cool. I was very polite. Door opened up. I looked around a little bit. All right, ain't nobody chasing after me, so I kept my eyes focused front. Seeing Jim Marino, Gretchen Engel, Carl Schwartz, and Anne-Marie Kirk. They've been my friends, my confidants, my big supporters, through all of this.
It's tough after you've been in for your whole life to get out. He's having his struggles, but he's doing well. And he's a great guy.
Everything right now is a new experience. I walk down the street and I can actually smile at someone and say good morning. When I got out, one of the first things I did was register to vote. And I went and voted. Very proud. I feel like Julie Andrews, right? The Sound of Music, standing out there. I'm free. And to think that I wanted to give up in the beginning.
Daniel's story is shocking on so many levels, and it's scary to learn that he's not alone. Since 1972, for every 8 people executed, 1 innocent person has been released from death row.
Daniel has been wronged on such a significant level.
Oh, look at this. See, I like this.
Accused and then convicted of a crime that he didn't do. At various points along that, he could have died for the crime that he was convicted of. And yet he was an innocent man.
The more I think about what I've seen, natural justice, security, even revenge are all used to justify state execution. But do any of these really stand up when it comes to taking a life for a life?